Hi, I'm Curtis Knight. Thanks for watching. We're talking about home safety, protecting the empire, protecting where you put a lot of your time, your energy, your resources, making your home safe. So I personally had a band and I toured on the road off and on for 23 years. And the stories that I could tell you about the amount of times that I have been stolen from would probably make you think that I was making some of it up. But while my band was performing on stage, multiple times the dressing room was being ransacked and all our stuff was being stolen. Wallets, buck knives, credit cards, licenses, cash, jewelry, everything taken. Other times, band performing on stage, people are outside in our vehicles stealing all our stuff. And other times, I'd be on the road and my schedule was published. We're going to be in Canada for this week, and then another part of Canada this week, and then another part of Canada this week. So thieves had plenty of time to zero in on my place and break in. So I was broken into a bunch of times to the point where the insurance companies wouldn't insure me anymore because it looked like I was taking advantage. So over time, I have evolved my own little personal system, which I'm not advocating that you do this, but right now, where I live, I have a Simply Safe system with little contacts on each door and window so that if somebody opens the window or opens the door, it makes a signal to the home base unit, and then that gets relayed to my cell phone. So it'll wake me up, or if I'm somewhere, it'll bzz, bzz, bzz in my pocket to let me know that there's been a breach in the perimeter. Then I have a set of cameras made by Foscam, and the cameras allow me to quickly look at 4 cameras at a time, doot, 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 and I can look all the way around the property to see where the breach is, if any. So since I put that system in, I haven't had any more breaks. So you don't need to do that, but Benjamin Franklin once said, by failing to prepare, we prepare to fail. And I think about sayings like that. They become repeated over time because they are so time-tested and there's so much wisdom there. So I try to always be ready. Anytime I go anywhere, I'm always head on a swivel trying to make sure that nothing crazy is happening. So if you protect your home, and there are a few quick ways you can do it, you can stop the chances of you having somebody break in and taking your stuff, which just makes me, every time it happened, I was like, like somebody punched me in the stomach. So first of all, don't make your home look like it's empty. If you go away, make sure you have, I use TV, radio, comes on all hours of the day and night, and I turn it up fairly loud. So if I'm not here, it sure does look like somebody's here, and the lights are going on and off. And I use Alexa, and I have Alexa turning things on and making announcements and just crazy amounts of stuff, just to be sure nobody feels comfortable coming in and walking around in my house. So number 2, don't share on social media where you are planning to go, or actually where you are. We are in Aruba having the time of our lives. As soon as people read that, they know that you're not home, so they say, let's go break in to their house and steal their stuff. So that's number 2, no sharing on social media. Number 3, lock all your doors always. Like even if you're just going out for a quick jaunt, make sure all the doors are locked, make sure all the windows are locked. People don't do that. They feel like they're safe. They've never been broken into before, so they feel okay. And the biggest one is the door between the garage and the house. They leave it either wide open or unlocked for convenience, because nobody wants to keep pulling out their keys and opening the door from the garage to the house. But it is a habit that you could adopt if you just always want to be sure that it's not easy for somebody to break into your house. So that is number 3. Number 4 is keep an eye on your landscaping over time, and it happened to me. I planted these little plants, 2 feet and 3 feet tall, and a few years went by, and a whole bunch of them are 10 feet, 12 feet, 15 feet tall. So it's important to keep an eye on your landscaping, because if your neighbors look from across the street, they can't see in your windows if somebody is in there doing wrong. If they know you're not supposed to be home and your landscaping covers your house, people can't see in. Plus, it looks better if you trim your landscaping. So number 5, keep your keys with you. Don't put your keys under the flower pot or under the welcome mat, because thieves and teenagers, they case your house and they look everywhere. They look up above the door, they look under all the plants, they look for a little plastic rock that isn't really a rock, and they lift it up and there's your house key. So don't leave your house keys around. If you want to have somebody be able to get into your house, leave your house keys with somebody that you know, either a neighbor, and if you don't know a neighbor right next to you or across the street, just somebody that you know that's a friend that lives within a few miles. That person can have your key, but it's not a good idea to leave your keys hanging around the house. And the final one is, if you have an automatic garage door opener, when you leave, just go inside to the garage, and there's a little teeny thing that you disconnect. It takes 1 second to disconnect it and another 1 second to reconnect it again. Just so if somebody figures out the code, and a lot of these home invasion people, they have a series of codes and they just keep pushing buttons until your garage door goes up, and then they're in. And then if you haven't locked the door between the garage and the house, that makes it easier for them. Keep in mind, with almost every door, if I throw my shoulder against it, it'll open. It doesn't matter if it's locked, unless you have a serious amount of prevention around your door. Case hardened steel, multiple entry points. But anyway, that's the basic message, is to protect what you have and don't make it easy for somebody to waltz in and take your stuff. Have a great vacation, have a great summer, have a great everything. Thanks.